So we had a really interesting thing that happened the other day. There was a man who was being broken into in Alameda, California, and it was 3 robbers, and he ended up shooting them. But guess what? He was arrested. And the statement that this police department put out is absolutely horrendous. They're pretty much openly telling people that if you don't incriminate yourself, we're gonna arrest you anyways.
And KTVU has learned the homeowner who shot and killed a burglary suspect has been arrested.
And he remains behind bars while the DA considers whether to file charges. New at 5 tonight, KTVU's Henry Lee joins us now. He's in Oakland, where this case could go from here. To tell us where it could go from here, Henry.
Yeah, I've learned the 77-year-old homeowner has been arrested on suspicion of murder, but it remains to be seen as to whether he'll be formally charged and whether this is a case of self-defense. A burglary suspect was shot by a resident near 98th Avenue and Burr Street in East Oakland. Oakland firefighters and paramedics worked to save the suspect, but he died at the scene. Now, I've learned the 77-year-old homeowner is in jail, arrested by Oakland police on suspicion of murder.
Let's just think about this for a minute. A guy is coming to rob your house. You defend your home, yourself, and you're arrested for murder? Where's the logic in that? How as a police officer or DA, you're thinking, well, you know what? These guys went to this guy's house, tried to rob him, he defended himself, and then somehow your thought process is, well, we're gonna arrest this guy. You know the thing that people say where they go, oh, your stuff isn't as important as a life? Well, maybe the burglars need to start embracing the saying, maybe my life is more important than trying to rob somebody. But when we get into why exactly they arrested this guy, it just gets even worse. So the acting sheriff goes on and does a press conference about this. What is there to talk about? A couple of guys tried to get over on an old man, a 77-year-old. He shot them, and somehow you have to sit here and be like, oh, well, we don't really know what happened. Let's listen. Can't make this up.
Group of individuals, based on our investigation, attempted to enter a residence in the 2500 block of 98th Avenue. The individuals tried a number of entry points with negative results. They then scaled a fence in the backyard and again attempted to enter the residence. These individuals were confronted by the homeowner who, as it would appear, discharged his firearm, unfortunately fatally wounding one of the individuals.
Unfortunately? Okay, so we all know how the state of California is dealing with a self-defense shooting. Unfortunately, the robbers were shot. Not unfortunately, some people thought they could rob an old man, and thank God they were shot, put in their place. I mean, do you see the difference between the Florida sheriffs talking about it versus this guy? The Florida sheriffs want you to save them time. Yeah, if somebody breaks into your house, shoot them.
They have guns. I encourage them to own guns, and they're going to be in their homes tonight with their guns loaded. And if you try to break into their homes to steal, to set fires, I'm highly recommending they blow you back out of the house with their guns.
What do you expect a homeowner to do when they're being broken into? Are we supposed to have a conversation with the robber? Hey man, I appreciate you stopping by and wanting to rob me. Quick question, do you have a gun and do you plan on doing me harm? Because if you are, I'm gonna have to shoot you. You guys are so unrealistic about this stuff. This is a person aggressing on you. There is no conversation. It's, if you were aggressing on me, I'm gonna take the proper steps to stop you. And if that means shooting you, that's it. And then we get to the crux of the problem.
No. There will be a question as to whether or not the homeowner was arrested. That individual was transported to homicide and at the time did not provide a statement, and thus he was transported to jail. Understanding that absent any sort of statement, if A shoots B without an explanation, the only thing to do is that we can only go with what we have. And so absent an explanation or a statement as to what occurred, all we know is that an individual lost their life. And there was a weapon recovered on scene, and thus the individual was taken into custody.
Dude, you are an imbecile. So what you're essentially telling everybody is that if you don't make a statement, we think you're guilty. That's what you did with this guy. And you keep saying, well, all we can go is based off of the information and all we know is that somebody's dead. That's not all you know, man. This is the guy's house. A couple of dudes broke into the house and he shot them. That's a lot of information. A lot of telling information. But what you want to do is you want to analyze it and say, well, did the robbers have a gun? Did they really mean to do you harm? Did they just want to take a bag of sugar instead of shoot you? But you arrested the guy and you're trying to charge him simply because he doesn't want to incriminate himself by making a statement without an attorney. Folks, this is a perfect example why I recommend attorneys on retainer for everyone. If you haven't checked them out yet, especially if you live in a state like California, to where all these other concealed carry insurances are not going to work for you, please go check them out. Before I tell you why we're giving you $50 off, there's going to be a link and code below the video. But the first thing attorneys on retainer will tell you is to do exactly what this guy did. Oh, they're going to arrest you because you're not making a statement? Let them arrest you. Attorneys on retainer will handle the questioning for you. They will handle anything as far as bail goes. They will handle the bail process. They have bail coverage. If you have to go to court, they're covering you at no cost to you. And if you take a plea or you're convicted, they're not asking for their money back like some of these other insurance companies can. But this is the perfect example that we talk about. Clear-cut case. There is no arguing it. You broke into my house. You wouldn't leave. I had to get rid of you. Yet, he's still arrested. Yet he still may be charged. And if he doesn't have an attorney, he's probably screwed. So I know we all think this is never going to happen to me, but if it does happen, you want attorneys on retainer in your corner to fight for your freedom and to make sure that you're not paying $100,000 out of your own pocket for your self-defense case.
Absolutely. And so there's further investigation being done as we speak. We do believe that we will recover some video evidence, hopefully, and there are some witnesses that are being interviewed as we speak.
Why complicate things in life? Life is so much easier when you simplify it. Do you think the robbers deserve to be shot? If you're a person who thinks that you can go into somebody else's home, try to rob them, and you believe that the homeowner can't do anything, you're nuts. And that's apparently what this police department thinks. They're treating this like it was a random guy on the street. Somebody walked up to him and he shot him. Oh, we don't know if it was self-defense. Well, I mean, they were robbing him, but we don't know what happened. Crazy times in America.